Hello, universe. How have you been? I know it's been a long time since I made my last dreams review, and I can I can already tell that you guys aren't watching these short clips that I just make ranting about one thing or the other. So I will just go back to making dreams review. Yeah. This sucks, man. I can't do any other thing except for dreams. All right, I know that's why you came here in the first place, but it kind of sucks that some of my other ideas aren't really coming to a head. Let's get that out of the way. Today I have 3 games to review for you. And our first game is Stack Dash, which is a work in progress, but it does have some minor kinks to it, which is good since it's a work in progress. It can fix it in production. I do have to say the menu and a lot of other things, the sound, the music, it feels like a finished game at first. I actually ignored the work in progress, and when I came back to look at the title, I was like, wow, this is a work in progress? I thought this was the whole game because it feels like the whole game. At least it should feel, except that there's a problem with the controls. I can tell that this game is based on a real life game called Jenga, where you basically take a bunch of blocks and place them on top of each other to see how high you can go without falling the entire thing, you know. But the thing is that with imps, he made it with imp control. Imps suck, right? Because when you pull one block out, it's basically dangling from a thread, from a point, which is where the imp is holding it from. And you can't really aim where you're going to place the block, which, no, it sucks. It shouldn't be that way, right? I wish you could do it in such a way that you pull it out and it doesn't have the physics to come down dangling from where the imp is. Rather, it just comes out straight. It goes up straight. You place it down straight, you know, it's just angular motion. It doesn't dangle. I don't know how to. I'll think of a way to place it on screen. Just look at your screen. I'll animate it somehow, you know. But yeah, I just want it to be coming out, you know, in a straight direction. Because when it's dangling, you can't properly place it. It's just so hard to remove the first block and place it on top without falling everything else. Because it's dangling, like I said. That's the only problem. That's the only problem with this game. And I think if you could just do it the way I asked, right, it will be easier to play and it will be easier to get into, and we can play the game for longer. As for me, I hardly last more than 1 minute or 30 seconds, and even during that time I don't place more than like 2 blocks, and then everything falls off because it's so hard to put the blocks where you want to place them. So as I've already said, try and make it straightforward like I am currently showing on screen, and it will be easier to play the game for a longer time. It will just be easier to control. If you do that, your game will be far better and easier to play, in my opinion. And with that said, let me move on to the next game. Well, I'm supposed to review a game called Captive, but I couldn't play it or finish it since I tried to get into contact with the creator of the game, who asked me to review it after I put up a post, but then he didn't respond. So there's no way I can get past where I'm stuck. You know, I'm stuck and I really can't get back to it. The name of the game is Captive. It looks interesting enough, but I can't review it because, like I said, the owner didn't get in touch in time. It's been several days since I asked him to, but no replies. So this game is out. Sorry, just mentioning it here in case he's watching the video. Now our very last, but it is not the very least, we have Trespasser Reclamation, the demo. Now this here game is inspired by Jurassic Park, you know. It's a very horror-esque game. It's not really horror in the sense that you see blood and gore, but for me, it was pretty scary. The atmosphere, at least. Even, you know, you have a gun and there are dinosaurs roaming about. You have an objective though, and I like the way you don't really have a map on your screen. Rather, you use the signboards that are posted everywhere. Like, hey, you are here on the map. You go to another sign and they'll be like, you are here on the map. And it's The whole map is there on the side. It's just that you use your brains to be like, okay, I'm supposed to go here, right? And while I'm playing the game, at first I didn't know there were anything like dinosaurs. So when I was just casually roaming about thinking of what I'm supposed to do next, I just get killed out of nowhere, and I was like, what the hell? You know, these dinosaurs, they run so fast that it's like, what the? Nah, man, it's the next level horror. Next level scary. Well, let me talk about how the game plays. It's not bad. I haven't gone too far in it, but I can tell that it's very interesting just from the first part I played and how much work went into making the environment look as good as it is. If the creator of Day One is looking at this video, just look at the background. Look at how there are mountains and there is fog. You know, it makes the world feel big and it's not empty. You know, most people, if they create a big world like this, they don't consider what's in the distance. But this guy did. He put mountains everywhere to tell the player that, hey, it looks like there's more to explore, but if you come here, there's really nothing. You know, it's a boundary. It tells the player that this is a bound world, but there's more potentially, and it's a feeling. Now, I had a problem where you have to open a lock on the safe once you get to Dr. Wu's computer, which is your first objective, which the game doesn't tell you. The game tells you through subtitles, but there is no real way to know what you're going to do if you perchance miss the subtitles. I wish the creator put a objective list on screen, something you can just check, be like, okay, what am I supposed to do now? And then the game will just be like, oh, find Dr. Wu's computer. And then the player will just be like, okay, find Dr. Wu's computer, all right. Then the player will start running around looking for Dr. Wu and his computer. Then, once you get the computer, you see a safe next to the computer that you're supposed to open. Now, that safe, nothing prompted me on how to interact with it. You know, I had to press random buttons. I was like, is it X? Is it square? Is it triangle? Circle? Nothing was working. And only by chance was I able to use L3 or R3, you know, the analog sticks, to interact with the safe. And I was like, really? L3? You could have at least told the player, be like, okay, press this to interact with the safe. But you didn't tell the player. I just discovered it by chance. And now there's also the fact that this safe just doesn't work for me in dreams. I don't think it actually works for anyone, you know, because you turn the dial to the first side, you'll be like, okay, the first digit is 30, and then you be like, okay, let me keep moving in one direction till I find the next click, and then it goes round back to 30 again, and it's like, but that was the first one. So are you telling me the lock reset or something? You know, it goes one direction. The game says don't change direction. I would just be like, okay, fine. I went to 30, then changed direction back to 6, which it made another click, but I was not like, all right, I've changed direction to 6 and it made another click. Then let me change direction again backwards towards 30 and see if there's another number I'm missing. But no, once it gets to 30, every time it gets to 30, the lock resets. I'm personally not a fan of things like this that are just easy to mess up, especially for someone who has a little knowledge about how safe works. You know, I wish you just removed this mechanic entirely. There's lots of different puzzles out there that will be easier to implement, that will just be easier for a player to kind of figure out on their own. But this lock system, especially since it's not even that specific, you go left, you go right, go left, go right, go left, go right, or you go right all the way, go left all the way, it still just resets. The lock resets every single time you go past 30. That's my problem. And I don't know, I think I'll show you a clip of what I'm doing and allow the sound to play so that you understand.
Okay, so this is my live reaction to interacting with the lock. I pressed L or R3, and then you sent me the code, which was first of all 37680. Now, I go towards 30, I heard a sound. Now I'm changing direction to go towards 7. I heard a sound. Now I'll change direction to go towards 6. I heard a sound at 30 again, which is shouldn't, because 30 is the beginning lock, meaning that it's possible the lock has actually reset. But let me just go back again. It clicked at 7. Let's turn back to go back towards 6, which is supposed to be the next number after 7. See that? Nothing. Every time I pass through 30, the lock basically resets. As it goes to 30, change direction to 7, and change direction again. It doesn't work, right? But let's say I have to keep going one direction, right? Even though I know that that's wrong. If I keep going one direction, after 30, it doesn't click anymore because that's wrong. It's supposed to be left, right, every time you hear the click, but immediately you touch 30, the lock will basically reset, and that's my problem. Which is why I really don't want this particular safe thing to be in dreams of all things. It's a hassle to really create a logic that works as well. That
I hope I was able to really show you what I was trying to do and explain it properly. I hope that you'll be able to make your game easier to play for beginners, because I understand that it's supposed to be puzzle and you're not supposed to, it's not really an action kind of game, it's puzzle based probably, but try and make it a bit more easier to access by beginner players. Yeah, I'm sure you can figure out more puzzles. For example, there's this keypad puzzle from another game I reviewed, and if you could implement that into the keyboard of the computer, right, where you just have to press the lights and do all the lights in a certain way, and boom, you solve the puzzle, then that would be awesome. That would be an awesome first. It was annoying for that game, but as somebody who has passed that puzzle, I would say putting it on a keyboard where there is a keyboard, you are going to Dr. Wu's computer, you're going to get his stuff, so might as well put it on a keyboard, and then on the monitor screen you just be like, okay, Wu's data collected, all right, or data transfer complete, something like that. And then on your objective list, like I said, you should add an objective list. You just write down next objective, go do this or go do that, because without a clear objective the players don't know what to do, especially if they miss the subtitles. That's all, man. If you could do that, I'll be happily review your game again. And with that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. See y'all next time. And oh, no, don't go yet. I actually don't have any more dreams to review. I need games, people. I need new games to review. I know that I said I'll go back to some games. I just haven't recorded myself playing them, and mostly because I don't think there's anything new for me to add, really, other than just show off that they are better now. But otherwise, I just want to say, if you want your dream to be reviewed on my channel, just drop the name and I will happily review it in my next video, because there is nothing else for me to do during this quarantine. Alright, see y'all later. Have a good day.